Golly trendsetters, make sure y'all go ahead and do what? Tap in, tap in, tap in. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, I'm super blessed to be up here with you guys. To say the least, I am excited. I definitely wanted to come up here to tap in with you guys today. I know yesterday was Mindset Monday, and so we just gonna scurry that on a Tuesday, okay? We just gonna scurry that into today, um, as well as speak on some other things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, okay? Okay. So listen, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and tap in. First and foremost, and let's read the scripture for today. I have a few that I want to talk to you guys about today that I want to read over to you guys today, but let's go to the verse of the day. And it is Proverbs 11:25. And it says, "Give freely and you will profit. Help others and you will gain more for yourself." All right. One more time. It says Proverbs 11:25, and it says, "Give freely and you will profit. Help others and you will gain more for yourself." Right? And so sometimes we feel like, you know, well, if I give this out or give this and do this, what am I going to have for me? Right? But in the Bible, it says that whenever you give, right, you will gain more for yourself. And so think about some things that you have been holding on to, that God has been calling you to give or to share, right? What is it that you have been holding on to that you can share with others, right? And it doesn't have to be just materialistic things, right? It doesn't have to be just money, right? But it could be your knowledge, right? It could be your skills, right? It could be something that you're good at and you can show someone else how to do that, right? Something that we talk about all the time, right? What are you doing with your knowledge and your skills and your gifts and your talents and all of these amazing things that God has blessed you with, right? To be of service to someone else, right? To help someone else, right? To help someone else get out of their pit, right? To help someone else get out of their depression, right? To help someone else, get out of their financial lack, right? What is it that you can do to help someone else? And in return, understand that more will be given to you, okay? And so sometimes we try to hold on so tight and understand that when you have something, right, and you try to hold on to it so tight that you're not allowing enough room for anything else to come in. Come on, let's just talk about it. So when you hold on to something so tight, right, that God is calling you to release, that God is calling you to share, that God is calling you to be of service to someone, right, when you hold on very tight, you're not allowing anything else to come into your hands because they're closed. Come on now, because they're closed. And something else that I heard that you've probably heard as well is that closed mouths don't get fed. So you got to open up. Let's just talk about it. You got to open your hands up. Let's just talk about it. You got to let the blessings flow, right? You can't hold on and close it because then you won't be able to receive what God has for you. And so you got to let it go, right? You got to speak up, right? And so I want to come up here to remind you of that today, to encourage someone who has been holding on tight to something because they feel as though this is all they have, right? Understand that when you let that go, that you are allowing more to come back to you, okay? Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for tapping in with us today. I appreciate you. And so I was just talking about how the Proverbs 11:25 says that when you give freely, you will profit, right? And when you help others, you will gain more, okay? And so maybe there's something that you've been holding on tight to, or maybe there's something that you have not been saying, right? Or using or doing, okay? And understand that when you use whatever it is that God has blessed you with, and help someone else, right, and be of service to someone else, right, that you will gain more for yourself. Okay. And so thank you so much for tapping in with me today. 6 7. Okay, listen, on Thanksgiving, I got a funny story about that. On Thanksgiving, the kids was running around. They was like 6 7, 6 7, and I'm like, what are y'all talking about? What are you even talking about? I don't even know what 6 7 means. I don't know where it came from. Like, if you guys want to elaborate and let me know, my little brother has sent me a video of it, and they was all saying like 6 7, 6 7, and I'm like, what are we talking about? I don't know. And listen, child, I'm still young. Okay, I'm still young, so the fact that I don't even know is beyond me. Okay, it's a meme. Okay, okay, but what is the meme? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is it? What does it even mean? Like, let me know. Now y'all just saying other numbers, 68, 41, 21. All right, well, listen, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you guys today. I appreciate y'all. Now y'all just going ahead and putting numbers in there. Y'all go ahead and keep putting some numbers in. Maybe I'll play the lottery or something. Maybe I'll play the lottery and say, listen, y'all, how are you guys doing? I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for tapping in with me today. They said we're getting, oh, LOL, you look young and beautiful, though. Thank you so much. Glory be to God. You are beautiful as well, inside and out. If you are a young man, then you are handsome. Okay? Listen, y'all. The best is yet to come. They say, I don't know what it means. Right. I don't either, y'all. I don't either. I don't either. They keep saying 6 7, but it's like, okay, whatever, whatever, whatever. I guess it's funny. I don't know. But thank you so much. If you guys are on here, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you can receive notifications for when I go live, y'all. Listen, we are the godly trendsetters, okay? So we set the trends. So we about to set a new trend today, okay? Because 6 7, I don't know what that means. So let's start setting else up, godly trendsetters. If y'all think of something, just put it in the comments. Let me know, and then we're going to run with that, all right, y'all? So real quick, I actually wanted to come up here to talk to you guys about a dream that I had, right? And this is actually will be like my first video that I ever spoke about dreams or ever did anything like that. But I've honestly felt led to do that. Okay, so we are actually gonna speak on it, and I actually had to talk to God. I'm like, child, I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know if I'm nervous, right? But what we always say, faith over fear, right? And so what it is that I'm about to speak to you guys about or talk to you guys about, right? This could be actually helping you guys or helping someone that comes across this video, with whatever it is that they need assistance with. So you know what? I'm just going to do what it is that God has called me to do, and I'm going to show up, right? And I'm going to speak to you guys today. And so thank you so much for tapping in again. I really appreciate you guys. So real quick, it's just going to be real quick story, y'all. So, the dream that I had, right? The dream that I had, like, so this is something that you have to practice, right, to remember your dreams and things like that. Like, this is something that you have to constantly practice. That's something that I've learned. But in my dream, there was like me and a few of my family members, right? I can't really verbatimly say who the people were, but I know it was me and my family members, right? Few women, few guys, things like that, right? And so there was this other person. I think they was trying to like come get us or something, like it, like take us out, or like, I don't know, it was something going on, but we was like hiding and ducking and like trying to get away and stuff, right? So long story short, your girl was packing. Okay, your girl was packing, and I had the ability to, you know, take out whatever it is that was, trying to come, harm us or trying to come at us or whatever the case may be, right? And so I did it, right? I did it, and I'm not sure why, but I did not. And so it was like me and that person, we came like face to face. Like, everybody else was like hiding and this and that, and like me and the person, we came face to face, and like I had the ability to, again, do what was necessary. But for some reason, I did it. And when we came like face to face, it was kind of like just like a stare, and then like the person kind of like went away, right? And then I woke up and things like that, right? And so I was meditating on that when I woke up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like this was like, I remember this, you know what I mean? Like, this was very clear. And so it actually reminded me of David, whenever David was running away from Saul because Saul was trying to take him out, right? And so he actually came to a point of where he had the ability right? To take Saul out. Can you get a shout out? Of course, we got Ronnie the Baddie in the building. What up? What up? You are a godly trendsetter. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, okay? Make sure you go ahead and subscribe. But so it actually brought me to this, right? And it was saying that brought me, like I was saying, excuse me, y'all, that brought me to Saul and to whenever Saul was trying to take out David, right? And so I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We got another subscribe. We got Jacob Oswald who just subscribed. Okay, what up? Y'all got me hyped today. But so let's just go down, right? And it says 1 Samuel 24:4, okay? Yo. 1 Samuel 24:4, and it says, David's men told him, "This is the day the Lord told you about when he said, I will give your enemy to you, and you can do whatever you want to him." Okay? And it says, so David crawled closer and closer to Saul and cut off a corner of Saul's robe. Saul didn't notice what happened. Later, David felt bad about what he did. Okay? So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. So Saul cut off. First of all, he didn't take, not Saul, excuse me. David didn't take Saul out, right? Even though he had the ability and the power to take him out. Let's just talk about it. He didn't take him. He only cut off a corner of his robe, right? And it's kind of like maybe just to let him know, like, I could do you in. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not going to. Right? I could take you out, but I'm not going to, right? And so when I read this, I was like, and the fact that it even says Saul didn't notice what happened, right? Saul didn't notice that David did that, right? So saying to the point where he could have just took him out and he wouldn't even notice what happened. He would have just been done up, right? And so after David did that, he even felt bad about it, right? He even felt bad about it, even though Saul been like trying to chase him down and take him out and do all these things, he still felt bad about cutting the corner of his robe, okay? And so saying all of this to say, y'all, we're gonna wrap it up, we're gonna bring it back in, right? Saying all that to say that you might have the ability to say something back to somebody that has been coming at you crazy, right? Maybe they've been coming at you or your family or talking negative or whatever the case may be, right? And you may have the ability to say something and that will change their whole life, right? You may have the ability to clap back, right? To snap out, to to be disrespectful back or whatever the case may be, right? But right here, it says that he felt bad after he did that, right? And even when Saul was trying to take him out, he fled, right? He didn't take him out. He didn't do that, right? Because he still says that Saul was God's anointed. Okay? And so I want to just come up here to remind you of that today, right? That although someone might do something to you, that doesn't mean that you have to do it back to them. Let's just talk about it. Although someone might be mean to you, that doesn't mean that you have to be mean back to them, right? Although someone might do something that you might not like, it doesn't mean that you have to do it back to them, right? Because understand that your destiny and what God is calling you to do is bigger than that, right? It's bigger than you want to get your get back or be petty back. It's bigger than you scooping down to a level that's beneath you, right? And so I want to come and remind someone today that, maybe someone has been coming up against you. Maybe there's things that's trying to come and to bring you down or tear you down or chasing you down, whatever the case may be. Understand that it is not worth it for you to stoop down to a level that you have already elevated from, right? Because vengeance is the Lord's. And so whatever it is that you're going through or experiencing, understand and know that the Lord is able to pay you back way more and way better than what it is that you're able to do. Okay? And so I want to remind you guys of that, right? of that, to not get out of position, right? To not get out of position, and to stay focused on what it is that God is calling you to do, and to stay focused on the big goal, okay? And to stay focused on becoming, right? And so go be great today. I know this video might have been all over the place because this was the first time that I was actually sharing something to you guys about a dream that I actually had. But all in all, I hope that you guys are understanding the gist of this conversation, and the gist of this video, is to stay focused, right? Stay focused, and continue to elevate, right? Don't go back down to a level that you have already graduated from, that you have already elevated from, that God has already brought you out of, but continue to keep going forward and to continue to climb, okay? And God will revenge for you, right? He will repay you, right, in any way that he needs to. But understand and know that vengeance is the Lord's. All right, y'all. So listen, y'all, go be great today. Make sure you conquer today. Make sure you own today. Make sure you know that you are blessed and highly favored. Make sure that you know that you are the head and not the tail. Make sure that you know that you are a lender and not a borrower, that you are above and not beneath, that you are a child of God. And so if you haven't spoken life over yourself today, then make sure that's what you do as soon as possible. Because if you don't, they will, and what they say won't be what God says, okay? Because you are who God says you are, okay, y'all? So listen, y'all, if you guys are looking to grow, if you are looking to start a business, if you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to just grow as a person and become a better person, then make sure you guys go ahead and tap into www.aspiringbossladies.com/shop and see what it is that we have to offer you guys, okay? And right now we got the aromatherapy candles popping. Let's go. Okay, we got the hot mocha going. The whipped cream done melted already, y'all. So it is definitely a beautiful day. Okay, and it's snowing outside. So that's another thing. I'm not sure where you guys are tuning in from. I'm not sure if it's snowing where you are. But if it is, just make sure that you drive careful, right? Use precaution. Take your time. Don't rush. Do what you can so God can do what you can. Okay, listen, y'all. The only way to go is up, and the best is yet to come. And so if you come across this video, understand and know that God is not done with you yet. Make sure you say, God is not done with me yet. God is not done with me yet. Glory be to God. All right, GTs, I'll tap in with you guys very, very soon. Conquer the day, own the day. Make sure that you know that you are great. Mwah.